Hey Matt, yeah, you know what? The question actually, no, it's not that easy to add sound to the page. I mean, so you tried the JPlayer, it has a crap load of script and it didn't work. So obviously there's a link broken or something like that, and trying to get your best option is to use absolute URLs when you're using any sort of file like that. But if it's not going to work, troubleshooting in that can be a pain in the neck, right? And I've never used it before. It's just like I said, somebody said, hey, here's a player that worked for me because they didn't want to use SoundCloud either. Right? The other option is this. I'm going to send you this page right here, right? You can actually use HTML5 audio controls. You can actually take this code here, copy paste it into your site, and all you need is the name of your file and the MP3, right? And I would say that make sure that you have the link to your file. Use an absolute URL. Don't use use a http://triple-dub, and then the URL to your website, and then the slash, then the folder wherever your MP3 file is located, right? But the thing is with this one is you also need to convert your MP3 file into an OGG format as well. Why? Because not every browser supports MP3, and this is the biggest problem with playing music on a website. Web pages don't automatically, most web browsers don't just play MP3 files. They don't do it. You have to have a special format, either OGG or MP3, right? That's if you want to tackle all the different web browsers that are out there, because only a portion of them support the MP3 file format. That's number one. Number two, if you're going to play MP3s from your own site, you have to make sure your web server is set up to stream them. You can't just play an MP3 file and hope it plays. You have to contact your web host and you have to say, hey, look, I need these two file formats enabled so that I can play them from my web page. Okay, so yeah, is it easy to copy and paste the code? Sure. Can you take your MP3 file, do a Google search, convert MP3 to OGG? There's all sorts of sites that you can just upload the file and export it, boom. Yeah, so that's not too complicated. But then you get into you have to make sure that you link your files correctly, and more importantly, you have to make sure your web server is set up to play that type of media format, because off the bat, many web servers won't do it. You actually have to have it set up to do that. And one of the reasons why it's not set up by default is because media takes up a lot of bandwidth, right? So if you had a 10 megabyte MP3 file and you had 200 people a day listening to that file, that's going to suck up the bandwidth big time. So that's why web hosts don't have it turned on by default, right? Or suggest you go stream it from somewhere else. So I'll send you a link to this page right here. You can copy this code right here, put it wherever you want, and just make sure the link to the file is correct, and you're good to go on that case. Make sure you convert your MP3. So if you go to Google, MP3 to OGG, just like that, and their online OGG converter. Go here, upload your MP3 file, like hit the browse button, upload, have it converted over, download it, and you'll have to have both copies of that file on your server. Okay, and then you have to contact your host and make sure that your server is set up to play the OGG and the MP3 file format.